everybody. Thank you.
It's because
The wife of Bath.
Okay, so the wife of Bath was heavy, so we figured she would kind of stuff about food. So there's pumpkin pancakes. And then Oreo cupcakes. And then she had long hair, so I pinned a picture of long hair. And she had gap teeth. And she loved to travel, so there's like a whole bunch of stuff about traveling on here. And then she wore big hats, so we put that one. And another big hat. And then she got married a lot, so we put a picture of like that. And then like a wedding dress that she might have worn. Oh, that's just something about Canterbury, so it's in there. Another picture of Canterbury. A ring, because she got married a lot. A quote about traveling. Another ring, because she got married a lot.
She had like 5 husbands.
Yeah. And then a traveling quiz, because we figured she would take that because she likes to travel. Don't know what this is. Claire pinned it, so.
Well, I think it's like going along with traveling.
Probably.
Because she went all over the world and she kind of liked traveling, so.
First one means I came, the second one means I saw. The third
Okay.
one probably means I loved.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, says it down
Oh,
there.
it's written on the bottom, I didn't even see the. I didn't know that enough.
Another quote about traveling, because she traveled a lot. A place that she might have gone to because she traveled. Right.
It's a good
Right.
quote.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did
But,
Claire pin this?
Yeah.
Well, I see her explanation.
yeah.
So she would have been a fan of the
Yeah.
video.
She would have
Yes.
liked this quote.
Yeah.
And then again, she was a traveler.
So then, so let's see. In the wife's tale. So the wife's tale was about a knight who raped a young maiden, and then King Arthur was gonna chop his head off because it's super illegal, punishable by death. And then the queen steps in and says, "Wait a second. Why don't we give this guy a chance? If he can come back in 1 year with the answer to what women want most, then he can live." So the king agreed to like the idea, and then so the knight goes around for a year trying to figure out the answer. He gets many different answers: money, love, happiness. Different answer from every person that he asks. And then on his way back after a year, on his way back to the kingdom or to the castle, he sees like a group of like 24 beautiful young ladies in a field. So he goes to them, and when he gets there, he finds there's just one old lady. And so he asks the old lady, and he makes a deal with her that says, "If you tell me the answer, I'll marry you." And then, so she tells him the answer, and he goes to the castle, and they ask him. He says, "What women want most is sovereignty or control over their husband." And the queen agrees that's the answer. It's kind of funny because she controlled her husband to give him the chance. And then, so he lives, and then he marries the old lady. Is really upset with it. Doesn't want to marry her because she's old and not that good looking. She's ugly. And so she says to him, "I'll either be ugly and faithful or beautiful and unfaithful. And which one do you want?" And so he says, "I don't really know. I'm going to let you decide." And she says, "That's the correct answer. I'll be both beautiful and faithful." And then they lived happily ever after. So yeah, moral of the story, listen to your wife. And so it's a picture of The Bachelor because the knight was said to have been a bachelor.
Oh, okay.
So women want to control their men. So the knife was kind of shallow. And the old lady was honest and fair, and the knight was kind of like shallow again. So, and then that's just like a crown that like a queen would have worn. And sovereignty was the answer. You know, it's basically the same thing as all the others. Oh wait, can you go back a second?
Yeah.
So there was a story that they started talking about by Ovid, and so I found a quote that kind of related. And the story was about King Midas's golden touch. So that's what that is. And so that would be like what King Arthur would have looked like. And so guillotine, because the rape was punishable by death, which they would have chopped his head off. So the queen conquers. Same thing. And so that's kind of what like the old lady would have looked like.
Is that the lady from The Princess Bride?
It's
Oh my gosh.
such a good movie.
It's amazing. That scene is the best.
And then kind of like the code of chivalry that the knight broke. You just keep going. So that would have been what the knight would have looked like. Kind of young.
Sorry.
It's fine. And then another code of chivalry or oath that the knight would have taken and then broken. That's because the knight raped a lady.
Sorry.
That's it. Alright.